Welcome to Conscious Contact, where consciousness is King of Kings and the imagination is Lord of Lords. For nothing lords over one's life like one's own thinking, one's feeling, one's inner speech and concept of self. Welcome back. Conditions and circumstances are not cause. They are only the effects. They reflect the conceptions we hold of ourselves, launched by our own spirit from out of that divine storehouse of our own being. For this world, our world, is a self-begotten fantasy, formed in the image and likeness of the concepts we hold of ourselves by our thinking, our feeling, our imaginal activity. And there is one divine mind and field of consciousness common to all of us, to all individuals. As it is said, in Him we live and move and have our being, as the great poets have said of old, that we are its offspring. For all that we behold, though it appears without, it is within, in our imagination, of which this world of mortality is but a shadow, the casting reflection. We are all sending and casting out, broadcasting our signal, our energy signature, our image making, the continual broadcast of the desires of our heart and our various degrees of intensity, our intentional and idle thoughts. For it is written, for even the idle careless thoughts we shall all give account in the day of judgment. Well, every day is judgment day. And there's a perfect law in play, an impersonal law of correspondence, and nothing slips past that one divine mind and field of consciousness, for it takes up our broadcast. It's always receptive and always responsive. And as we become more aware in the awareness of our being and our beingness, we tend to hone in, shifting inward in the realization that nothing has its origin in the physical. And in this we move from milk to meat, from unconscious to making conscious contact. These metaphysical truths apply to the individual and the collective body, clothing ourselves in a concept. Self-concept is self-image, whether conscious or unconscious of this action and mental activity. It is of a perpetual procession. Yesterday's inner speech and image making becomes today's fruit we harvest. For the future is man's imaginal activity in its creative march. And you are always in the on position. How could we ever turn it off? For if the I in man is eternal, the very essence and power and wisdom of the divine itself, we are adorned by such human likeness, symbolized as the ultimate sacrifice, becoming a bond servant, taking on this human likeness, bearing and carrying the cross of this human experience, treading the murky waters of the senses. While enduring this glorious journey, we are in constant broadcast mode. This vast expanse, our world, it appears to be out there, but it's all taking place within us. For there's nothing of true cause out there. It's all effect, because causation is invisible. Picture a broadcasting station or tower emitting radio waves of energy into the field, like the broadening, swift expanding ripples that are cast by a stone or raindrop in a still pond. Each of us are rippling, each one continuously broadcasting in and of this field where all things are possible, a quantum field of possibilities and probabilities. If you could see one's inner conscious and outer condition, they would merge and meld into each other. They'd have no defining line of separation, one the image, the other the reflection, as if it's held up to a mirror. For we all play our perfect role and part in this earthly and worldly drama. Like a motion picture movie titled Our World, we move in a world that is nothing more than our consciousness objectified. For the world is nothing but ourselves pushed out. It's as if we are all contained with this one ebbing and flowing cosmic fabric of energy, waves and particles. We are that collective consciousness producing the show. We are all wading in the cross currents, ebb and flow of each one's ripples. Years ago, science and spirituality was separate. Today, it's like they formed some holy matrimony. The study of quantum mechanics, the science that looks at the nature and behavior of matter and energy at the subatomic level, the unseen waves and particles, that intelligent stuff that makes up our physical reality. There's a term called quantum entanglement. It states that subatomic particles can be intimately linked to each other, even if separated by billions of light years of space. I say this to you: we are entangled as divine expressions of Source, the divine collectivity, casting out, broadcasting our signal, our imaginal activity, continuously rippling, is creating our reality. I was nudged by the Spirit for a long time to create this channel and call it Conscious Contact. I truly believe, as a vessel of awareness, that we are here to sow seeds in the consciousness of the collective. Let us not forget there is one, not two, but one power, one creative source and substance of everything. It is one in unity, but multiple in manifestation. So I ask myself and I ask you, what are we signaling? What are we imagining? Are we mindful of our inner speech and inner conversation? Are we aware of our thinking and what we're feeling, of our intentions? If we want a better world, we must imagine a better world. We can imagine better than the best we know. Something you may desire, some success, a financial freedom, anything, healing, etc. that you may want for yourself or someone else. We must retreat from the noise and the distractions, to shut the door to the world of our senses, and go within, and literally go to the end. Don't think of as if there's some distance between you and your fulfilled desire, but think and feel from as if you are one with your desired result, clothing yourself in the feeling of the answered prayer. This is true prayer. To attempt to change the world before we change the concept of ourselves is to struggle against the very nature of things. It's futile. It's punching at the wind. It's groping in the dark. There can be no outer change until there's first that inner change. As within, so without. And as we begin to grow in the awareness of our being and understanding that true cause lies in consciousness, our thinking, our feeling, our very imagining is that word made flesh, continuously rippling.